How's it going out there, YouTube? My name is Jesse, and I'm back for another comic book video, and this will be the last one that I do on the Australia Golden Age heroes. Now, I'm fairly certain that all of these came out in what I consider the original time frame of the Golden Age. Now, I know that I haven't done any female superheroines for this list yet, but there's actually not that many to cover. But I did find one that I decided to save for this list. It's a Jungle Girl. What Golden Age comic didn't have a Jungle Girl at some point? So we have a Jungle Girl, a superhero that kind of copies Captain Marvel. It's a premise that is something that you'd see more now, but back then was so nuanced that it looked like it might have been a copy. You'll see what I mean. And we have a normal human with enhanced skills. Yeah, you're either normal or you have advanced skill, and I don't see them as being the same thing. But hey, I didn't read the comic book, so let's get into these three heroes. Coming in first is Kazanda, the Wild Girl. I think I'm pronouncing that right. The name is spelled Kazanda. Kazanda first appeared in Kazanda, the Wild Girl and the Lost Continent. Now, I've gotten some conflicting years on when this came out, but it looks like it came out either in the very late 30s or early 40s. Now, I've gotten different variations of her powers too. She has a number of psychic abilities. The one that I have been able to find the most is that she does have the psychic ability to cause plants to grow. She may have pyrokinesis, and she may have telepathy. I have not been able to find a consensus on that. She does have her base of operations in the jungle in the Lost Continent. The Lost Continent was never named. She went on for 12 issues, and in Australia it was printed in black and white. But when it would come to America, they would print it in color, and it would appear in Rangers comics. Let's see. It was created by Peter Amos, who came from Australia, and Ted Brody Mack, who came from New Zealand. Kazanda she was called a jungle adventuress. And in the Lost Continent, she would fight monsters, animals, and the people who were the rulers of the lost civilization. Their main nemesis was a man who I cannot pronounce his name, spelled Sylf, and this man had similar powers as she did. Coming in next, Captain Atom. Captain Atom, whose real name may be Rador, first appeared in Captain Atom #1 in 1948. He had a number of abilities. He could fly at incredible speeds and had superhuman strength and was invulnerable. He could generate heat from his body and fire bolts of atomic energy from his hands. He also had something that was, and I quote, a super sensitive atomic radar powers that allowed him to detect and listen to radio transmissions. He could also inhale incredible blasts of air due to his atomically powerful lungs. An atomic bomb blast fused Dr. Binky, I think that's Binky, or it could be Benekna, I'm sorry, Radar, with his twin brother. The scientist realized that he and his sibling could swap places, and his sibling was now superpowered. He would have to say the word Exnor. I'm not even sure. But exclaiming a name into the sky to become a superpowered being. Who does that sound like? Now, he wanted to use his powers for good. So the scientist would go by the name of Larry Lockhart, who became an ace FBI agent. When the things would get too much to handle by the FBI agent, he would switch places with his brother, Captain Atom, who would handle the situation from there. Captain Atom was created by Arthur Matter and Jack Bellew. Captain Atom's original run was from 1948 to 1954 and had 63 issues. The first issues were in color and was created at the time when Australia still had the ban on U.S. imports. When the bans started to be restricted and Australian and American comics were starting to come into Australia, Captain Atom would be one of the most popular characters in Australian comics and would even outsell Superman comics in Australia. Which makes you even wonder, why in the world would they stop putting out the comic books if it was so popular? At one time, the comic even sold 180,000 copies of an issue, which I don't know about how comics sell today, but that's tremendously high, which I don't know why you would stop printing them if he was that popular. But just 63 issues. The last name on this list is the Phantom of the East. Phantom of the East, Car Chapman, Char Chapman, is a normal human and first appeared in Car Chapman, the Phantom of the East. Now, I am getting conflicting dates on when this issue first premiered. I am getting 1948, and I'm also seeing 1951. So I'm going to go with 1948. He is listed as a normal human. He is a skilled fighter, and he has above average strength and agility. His senses are superhumanly acute. He sometimes claims to have spent time honing his skills in the jungle, which has sharpened his perceptions. I mean, if you have above average strength and your senses are superhumanly acute, I still don't see how you come up as being normal human, but that was the way the story was written. Car Chapman traveled the world to exotic locations, but when crime needed to be fought, he donned on his mask and he became the Phantom of the East. This seems to be a case of, putting on a mask or putting on a headband with glasses on and nobody being able to tell who you are. Now, I'm not sure how many issues this ran for, but there at least 19. I'm not sure if there were more. The early issues stated that he had claw-slash tattoos on his chest, but in issue 19, they revealed that he actually wore a shirt that had the claw slash. There's not a lot of confirmation on this. The information that I'm getting from the Phantom of the East are sketchy at best. So I'm going by whatever I've been able to find here. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope that you like my Longhorn shirt. I hope that you like what I've been doing with these foreign countries. Now I have a couple of requests that have been given to me. I do want to get to those requests, but I also want to get through the British comics first. I think one of the ones that I got requested for would come under the British comics, so we can do that. So as soon as we get done with the British comics, I can go ahead and fill out some of those requests. And until next time, I'll be seeing you.